Hello there and a very good evening. You're with Weekend Primetime News. I'm Rasmi Athada for News First, and let's start off with a look at tonight's headlines.
Kofi Annan, former UN Secretary General, passes away at 80. Vasanta Samarasinghe reveals of devious attempts to misuse the EPF, which belongs to the people. State Minister Palitharange Bandara says the Prime Minister rescued Bimal Weerawansa from the fake passport saga. Advanced level students in Gampaha interrupted by an event attended by Partly Champika Ranawaka.
Kofi Annan, the first black African to become UN Secretary General, has died aged 80 in Switzerland.
The foundation named after him said he passed away peacefully today after a short illness. Kofi Annan served 2 terms as UN chief from 1997 to 2006 and was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize for humanitarian work for his efforts. He later served as the UN Special Envoy for Syria, leading efforts to find a peaceful solution to the conflict. In a statement announcing his death, the Kofi Annan Foundation described him as a global statesman and deeply committed internationalist who fought throughout his life for a fairer and more peaceful world. The statement further read, "Wherever there was suffering or need, Kofi Annan reached out and touched many people."
Three fishing vessels that set off to sea from Chilau have gone missing due to strong winds.
8 fishing boats that set off to sea from Chilau, Hambantota, Madavatta and Vellava areas have met with an accident at sea as a result of strong winds. Our correspondent said 15 fishermen were rescued with the help of another set of fishermen. However, another 3 fishing boats are reported missing. The Department of Fisheries and Aquatic Resources stated that the fishermen will be rescued with the help of Navy officers. Meanwhile, 1 fisherman had also gone missing from the Kovita. Our correspondent said the fishermen had fallen into the sea from the boat. They had set off to sea even after being informed by the Met Department to refrain from doing so. The 6 spill gates of the Castle Reservoir have been further opened as a result of the heavy showers experienced in the Central Hills. The department requests people living in low-lying areas to remain vigilant.
The so-called development projects that are carried out surrounding the Hambantota port have caused hardships to the traders who are operating in the Hambantota town.
Hambantota district can be considered as a district where massive development projects took place in the country. The Hambantota airport, Hambantota port and the roads which were built simultaneously are a few examples. Hambantota is the administrative city of the Hambantota district. According to the general public and the business community of Hambantota, the shifting of administrative officers from the city has caused several hardships to the general public living there. As a result of these developments, Kalambu-Khataragama main road was also built from Mirijawala junction to Hambantota junction, avoiding the Hambantota city. The buses which used to travel through the city of Hambantota will not be travelling through it. Therefore, the traders complain that most shops in the city are facing a risk due to this situation.
We were able to live comfortably when the road was there. Now we have no way of living after the roads were closed. We are helpless now. Only a less number of customers come here, less job opportunities, and the population is also less.
I have been doing business in the Hambantota town for the past 15 years. The shops are incurring losses now.
Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe attended an event today to present land deeds at the Uruboka public grounds today.
This ceremony was organized in order to commemorate the 3rd anniversary of good governance and the completion of 25 years of the Pasgoda Divisional Secretariat. 1,000 title deeds were presented to families by the Prime Minister at this ceremony. This occasion was graced by Ministers Gayantha Karunatilaka, Sagara Ratnayaka and several others. They are asking what developments we have done. How can we develop the nation when we have to pay people's debts? I'll tell you about Mahinda Rajapaksa's Ministry of Highways and Road Development. When he took office, we had to pay compensation of 40,000 million rupees. How many houses could have been built with that money? They took 9 years. We did it in 3 years. However, we were able to control the collapse of the economy and the country being bankrupt. The Prime Minister continues to make grand statements on the political stage. But what is the truth? Who supported him by blocking the entrance to Sirikota by tarring the road when his position was under severe pressure from within the UNP itself? Who came to Vimal Veeravansa's rescue in the case of the 2 passports? Who is engaged in major business ventures today with the person referred to as Mahinda Rajapaksa's Dubai banker? Who is delaying the cases with regard to the files sent to the FCID? Who stepped forward and said the 2010 presidential polls were fair even before matters relating to the elections concluded? Who are the political leaders who enjoy a cup of coffee together privately but attack each other out in the open? Who supported whom by not signing the document pertaining to the call for a no confidence motion? And last but not least, who is putting up a facade before the media and working in partnership against the public?
Foundation stones were laid for a proposed housing project which will be carried out by the Ministry of Housing and Construction in Puttalam. The event was graced by State Minister of Irrigation and Water Resources and Disaster Management, Palitha Rangi Bandara.
58 units are to be built in the Sirambi Adiye area in Puttalam under this project. Vimal Veeravansa gave houses to the people who supported his personal agendas along with his sensitive leader. He altered the birth date of his wife in certain documentation. He altered his own age to obtain a fake passport for himself as well. He tried to travel overseas using that passport, and when he got caught, he simply spoke to Ranil Wickramasinghe and walked away. If someone else committed that offence, they will be imprisoned and bail would not be granted. They will languish in prison for so many years until they close the case, according to the law brought out by Professor G.L. Piris. But when Vimal Veeravansa was arrested with a fake passport, he walked away with no penalty, and it is our Prime Minister who helped them. News First questioned the State Minister on the issues surrounding the southern canal of the Dadru recently exposed by Action TV. That canal was constructed during the reign of the sensitive leader. We did not construct that. When water is being moved from the Dadru reservoir to the Inginimitya reservoir, we face many issues. We have drafted plans to solve the issue in the next 2 years.
An individual was seriously injured in a wild elephant attack in Ipalogama, Anuradhapura.
Our correspondent said the incident took place around 4:30 last. Thereafter, the villagers had made attempts to rescue the 2 women. However, it was then that the wild pachyderm, which was in hiding, had chased after the rescuers. 2 people had been attacked by the elephant, while one had been dragged away by the pachyderm into the jungle. A search launched by the villagers resulted in the discovery of the man who was badly injured by the elephant attack in a jungle area. Our correspondent said he was admitted to the Mardan Kadwala hospital and later was transferred to the Anuradhapura Teaching Hospital. He is a 35-year-old father of 3 from the same area.
Back in some local news, construction activities at the Siatha Environmental Park in Gampaha began today. The event was graced by Minister of Megapolis and Western Development, Patali Champika Ranavaka.
The park is being constructed opposite the Bandaranayaka Vidyalaya along the Gampaha Yakkala main road. The project is being carried out by the Ministry of Megapolis and Western Development, Urban Development Authority and Land Reclamation and Development Corporation. 150 million rupees is spent on the project. Ratnavali Girls School in Gampaha performed well during the GCE O-level examination. This is the #1 school in Sri Lanka. We should be proud of the students. The centre of knowledge of this country is Gampaha. Qualified engineers and doctors were created in this city. We have been only talking about feeding the 20 million people of this country. It is not just about feeding them. There are also 20 million educated people in this country. So we should be talking about developing the country using those people. Although the minister was speaking in this manner, students of the Ratnavali Girls School who are sitting for the GCE advanced level examination today were severely inconvenienced due to the event.
අදින්නවත් වරා විතර නෙමෙයි මේ announcement දුන්න දිගටම
ළමයිට මේ කරදරයක් ඉතින්
සද්දය වුණා මේ පොඩ්ඩ අමාරු වෙන්නේ විභාග මධ්‍යස්ථානයක.
When Newsfirst inquired the Gampa police, they said the event was held using small speakers. Meanwhile, a group of people were at the location claiming the lands were acquired illegally to carry out the project.
The Voice Against Corruption organization revealed of yet another attempt being made to abuse the funds in the EPF.
The loss incurred by the Employees Provident Fund due to the central bank bond scam exceeds 15 million rupees. The First Commissioner's report shows the loss at 8,500 million rupees, but the First Commission conducted investigations only until the 31st of March 2016. We requested for another commission because Perpetual Treasuries Limited earned a profit of 6,814 million rupees during the 6 months period from 1st April to the 1st of September 2016. During the entire month, he has earned a profit of 23,000 rupees. What we understand is that 80% of this amount was earned by selling the treasury bonds of the EPF in the secondary market. The government is proposing now to send 40% of the EPF to the share market. They are attempting to revive and boost the stock markets, which is already in a very critical condition.
The decision taken to increase the monthly allowance of Colombo municipal councillors by 125% was widely discussed across many platforms. At the same time, it is also reported that a mayor of the Kurunegala Municipal Council is attempting to purchase a luxury Jaguar car valued at over 20 million rupees.
Tushara Sanjeeva is currently the Kurunegala mayor and he contested the local government election from the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. Kurunegala is the third largest district in the country with 10% of unemployment and 20% of its population lacking basic infrastructure facilities. These figures were revealed following a survey carried out from the Gum at the Door-to-Door campaign. It is reported that the residence of the mayor is located approximately 2 kilometers away from the municipal council. In such a situation, is it not saddening that public funds are being abused in billions for one's own personal fancies?
Does
the mayor of Kurunegala require a car worth 21.5 million rupees to undertake official visits? The vehicle in question is a Jaguar SF. Not only that, but an 8.9 million rupee Toyota van has also been ordered for the common use of the other councillors. This has also been approved. This has to be stopped. Mr. Mahinda, this is how the mayors from your faction are using the people's money. The Prime Minister brought down 2 cars at a cost of 6 billion rupees. In addition, there is a proposal made to Cabinet to provide a 700,000 rupee package with concessions for the ruling party MPs who do not hold any ministerial portfolios. They attempted to import a large number of chairs, each valued at over 600,000 rupees for the use of the Western Provincial Councillors. Then another 5.9 million rupees was spent for the renovation of the Colombo Mayor's toilet. Now they want to spend 21.5 million rupees for the Kurunegala Mayor so he can be seated comfortably. They are using public funds to sit in comfort. They might be sitting on their brains and that is why they want to be seated comfortably. They seem to be wanting to protect their brains.
Following views were expressed by the State Minister of Power and Renewable Energy Ajit P. Pereira at a media briefing held recently. Also in local news, Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement has raised a hornet nest among the public who are concerned about what the government has signed onto. Newsfirst has exposed this on many occasions. Sri Lanka Free Trade Agreement has raised an hornet nest amongst the public who are concerned about what the government has signed onto. Newsfirst has exposed this on many occasions. This is our latest report.
Sri Lanka has traded internationally for a millennia and it has been a world-recognized commercial hub. However, while no one is against free trade, any such agreement should ultimately be in the interest of Sri Lanka and not totally lopsided in favor of any other trading partners. Meanwhile, the Ministry of Development Strategies and International Trade has prepared a document following a meeting held with the parties supporting the Sri Lanka-Singapore Free Trade Agreement on the 15th of this month. The document is prepared with regard to the possible negativities affecting the industries related to this agreement, but the subject minister in several instances denied that the agreement will negatively impact the industries. The 11th page of the document has focused on the possible negativities that could take place through the FTA. Since the government is clearly willing to pay compensation to industries adversely impacted by the FTA, then the public wonder why it hadn't paid compensation for those affected by the Umaoya multipurpose project, explosion in Salava and the landslides in the Samasara mountain.
Singapore අපි ගෙන්නලා තියෙනවා ඩොලර් මිලියන 1000කට වැඩි බාණ්ඩ.
We have imported products worth more than $1,000 million from Singapore. Since any product can be exported to Singapore as they don't charge any import duty, we were able to export only 100 products from 2016 to 2017.
මයි 2016 17 අපි අපනයනය කළා තියෙන සිංගප්පූරුට ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ බාණ්ඩ. මට පේන්නේ නැහැ කිසිම පළ ප්‍රයෝජනයක් තියෙනවයි කියලා කර්මාන්තකරුවන්ට සිංගප්පූරුට යවන්න